Now, the next thing I would do, the second thing, is I would look for hype stocks. So stocks that don't really care what the overall market is doing. Now, on Friday, we had Disca, which is Discovery, shoot up 16% on this one move here. And this is due to news because Discovery is the Discovery Channel is merging with possibly Warner Media, and therefore it's going to build a new global media powerhouse that can challenge Netflix or Walt Disney. Now, the market that day on Friday wasn't very, very strong, but you see here that because of the news, we had massive volume pushing it up. Now, it pushed over resistance around this $29, $30 zone, and it's continuing to keep going. So now it's sitting up here. And this is something that is a very, very typical play too. Now, in shorter time frames, we get a 5-minute bull flag right over here, and it pushes up 10% on this move right here. So these are the plays I would also be looking for, any sort of hype plays, anything that is just doesn't care what the market is doing and is doing its own thing. Now, the third thing that I'm looking for is I wouldn't enter unless there's a clear pattern and very good R&R, so risk to reward. And that goes for trading at all times. And if you're not trading a pattern, then you really don't have a good edge for yourself. And at that point, you're just gambling. And now, because of the market choppiness, we need to be very clear of our risk to reward, because we have to be more prepared more than anything to lose, because the market can stop you out, because it's just kind of all over the place right now. So for example, let's look at something like ZM here, zoomed communications. It goes up, goes back down to the support zone. Now it breaks over, and now you think that there's an uptrend, but now it fades, and then now it continues to fade a little bit more. So with this sort of chop, it's very hard to determine any sort of pattern here, and there's no real good risk to reward unless this support zone around 175. And last but not least, the fourth thing I do is I generally play smaller positions. There's no need to add until there's a confirmation on volume or on certain indicators that tells you that, okay, this is moving over a 8 EMA. Now this is starting to become bullish. There's no point to keep adding on losers, because as you see on a lot of these stocks here, like let's say Netflix, let's say I add on a loser here, and I go, okay, it broke down support. Now I'm thinking it's going to bounce because it's getting oversold, but it keeps going down and further down, and you keep adding and adding until you have no more money. Then that's where you're going to suffer the biggest loss in your account, because you're adding to a losing position. So why not wait? You can enter your first position very small, and you can have a stop out. You keep your losses small. It's okay not to win so big in this choppy market, but you don't want to give back everything that you gained from your previous big winners. You need to protect your gains during this sort of market environment.